G'day everybody, welcome back to Forever Skies. Hope you guys are doing well. In the previous episode, we've been flying around pretty much the entire episode, last episode, to try and find those bloody high point wind variants, or wind farm variants. And unfortunately, we didn't really find any, so it's been a little bit disappointing. We've ended up here on another one of these garden platforms, and yeah, we're just trying to look for some of those ink bulb plants, or maybe even the bruise flowers. I think we've probably been in this entire place already, and we found a few things, probably not enough for an entire cartridge, but oh my god, we actually dropped through there. Okay, we survived. That's what's most important. But yeah, I don't think we should really hang around here anymore. We should get going, and we'll try and see if we can continue our journey, and again, see if we can find the high points. Now, depending on how we go in this episode, we might sort of wrap things up for the July update in this one, especially if we don't end up finding another high point, which seems to be difficult for some reason, because I'm not entirely sure if you guys appreciate just flying around randomly. I still have a feeling that there might be a problem with just the spawn frequency of those biomes or those platforms, and if that's the case, then I'd rather wait for it to be fixed. But you know what we could do in this episode is we could, try to fly around, and we'll land at a few places even if we don't find the high point. And we'll see if we can gather up some more of those data pads. So, at the very least, there is something that we can do, although not the most exciting things, right? So, okay, quite a bit of stutter there. I know we've got some food that's probably going to rot soon. So this is something that we need to eat in the next few minutes, these two. So yeah, we should try and keep an eye out on that. Let's just keep an eye out on the radar as well, because we definitely don't want to miss our destination if it ever appears. If the game decides to actually be kind to us. But yeah, those high point variants, I'm sure it doesn't look like that. Plus, we should be able to see them visually, and they should be quite tall. And so far, we're just not seeing them. So, not entirely sure what's up with that. Fuel-wise, we are about halfway. Might be a good idea for us to start thinking about making some more fuel. And we are sort of running kind of low on the crystal front. So if we get to a point where we're running extremely low, we're going to have to make our way into an underdust location. Yeah, see another lower point there. Or a lower platform, which is not really what we want. Just grab that water, chuck some more dirty water in there, and that should keep us going for a while. So yeah, we had some luck initially finding the high point when we checked out the game after the update had come through initially. And
printing completed.
At the very least, we got a question mark as well that we could sort of go to on the radar. Hang on, here we go. We might be in luck here. There we are. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly what we are looking for. So, let's make a beeline for it. Now, I do also have to apologize because I was sort of reading something in the comments. One of you guys left a comment to say that I may have actually missed an entire section in the in the high point that we visited last time. So, and apparently the recycler was supposed to be there somewhere, and I don't know, I'm not sure if that is definitely the case, because I thought I'd looked everywhere, but maybe I could be wrong. Anyway, we have arrived at another high point. Let's just make sure that we're parking this properly. And look, we'll try and be as meticulous as possible this time, so that we don't miss anything. And I know that the upper section, you sort of need to, I guess, hover and use the extending platform to actually reach a certain part of this place. So we'll try our best to, you know, find all the things. Obviously, it'd be nice if we can actually get the recycler. Now, another request, I suppose, that came through is for us to start using the flashlights, and this is something that I didn't even know was a thing, but apparently we have a flashlight that we can use to try and illuminate places when it's dark. So my bad, guys, I didn't even realize. So thanks for the comment on that, and now that I know, we'll actually use the flashlight when we're searching some of these places. It seems a little bit dangerous. Oh, actually, no, that's okay. We can get out safely. But yeah, so there's that place over there, and then there's this lower ground here. So we'll check it all out, and we'll see if there's anything interesting. We'll grab the battery, obviously, because that might be useful. This thing here is nothing. For a second there, I thought that could be it, but I reckon the recycler might be somewhere in here. And yeah, so it seems like exactly the same situation as the last high point that we visited. It is raining very, very heavily, but I don't think this is an actual storm, so we should be okay to sort of hover a little bit higher and try and not get damaged, obviously. Let's check out our food, make sure we eat this before it goes off. Yeah, we've still got a little bit more time. So yeah, we'll hold off on that. So yeah, let's do this thing. So I remember last time that we were in one of these places, it was actually quite difficult to find the right spot to actually extend the ooh, okay, we've crashed. It's difficult to find the right spot to extend the platform, or the plank rather, but we'll try our best here. Do we have the extractor? Yes, we do. Okay, it doesn't look like we can extract through to that sort of door there, or Usually you could extract the doors and gather a little bit of metal, but... I think that should be relatively safe. Okay, bit more helium. Not that interested. Alright, and a little bit more copper, more machine parts, but, yeah, no real specific way to get in to this, this section here. I think there was another way in. So let's actually try and find it, shall we? So let's just retract, and I think we'll try to make our way out and around this side. There's a bunch of glass there, and if we extract the glass, I don't think that there's going to be a way in there. Could be the way in is just right here where the extending plank was found. So if we try to angle the ship appropriately, we might be able to just squeeze our way in. Okay. Hopefully this does the trick. I think it will. We might just need to duck a little bit there. Okay, so circuit boards, I suppose, is not bad. Repair patches, I could do with a few more of those. Alright, let's go up. Actually, other way. Yeah, so that's the door that we couldn't go through before. I think I mentioned the last time we came to one of these places that there doesn't seem to be a need to really open that door. Because it just leads back up to the area that we've already been into. Okay, I think we're good at this level. And there's a section downstairs. There we are. So this is maybe the recycler. So let's scan that. Wreck recycler. Breaks down items into crafting materials. Okay, cool. Excuse me, guys. Alright, so I think that's all the research done for the update. So, finally. And again, for those of you who've been watching and following along with the series, apologies if I missed this in the last place that we visited. So, oh yes, and again, apologies, I haven't been using my torch. Yeah, that definitely makes exploring a little bit better, doesn't it? And probably visually a little bit better for you guys as well. Alright, so let us head back and gonna just see if I can use the repair kit or the repair patch a little bit here. Just repair a few things. Cool. Alright, and let's retract this. Make sure it's in a safe position. Alright, looking good. And now that we've got the recycler scanned, we'll actually try and do the research for it. So it doesn't really take too much actually, so let's do that. And let's drop that in, and we're likely going to need the same materials to actually make it, so let's hang on to the materials for a second. And yeah, I suppose I should eat this, so let's do that. And let's drink that. And let's drink a little bit more water. Okay, so the recycler is ready. We apparently need the... Oh, we need a fabricator, sorry. I thought we might need the printer for whatever reason. Here we go, recycler. So it's something that we would hang on top of the ceiling. And we're sort of running out of space, actually, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. We need one transformer. So why don't we get that going? And yeah, just sort of thinking about where we can keep the recycler. Just thinking about whether or not I could keep it outside, but maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna have to put it somewhere indoors, obviously. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I almost feel like maybe I'm gonna need a little bit more space for stuff. In the previous episode, I did mention that maybe it might be a good idea to add a couple more rooms down below. So, considering the amount of space that we have and the fact that we need a bit more space for this recycler, perhaps maybe we should, you know, go ahead and add those rooms. So, if we are going to do that, I would say that we're going to need a little bit more surface area to work with the actual airship. So I'm thinking of going to another lift location, so Underdust location, and at the very least, even if we don't go into the Underdust, which we will, I think, because it'd be good to just stock up on a few resources from there.
A storm is coming.
Oh lord, alright, okay. The timing of this storm is not great, but let's just try to reduce our altitude as much as possible. And what I'm going to try and do is we'll try and seek some refuge right here. And since we're at this location, we may as well do some searching. We could probably... We can probably find some data pads around here, potentially. I mean, that's being very hopeful, but yeah, maybe. While we wait out the storm. So I'll take the recycler and look, I won't put it down just yet because we need the space. But at the very least, we know where it is. Actually, we did pick up a garden gnome last time. Haven't decided where that's going to go. And we did make the metallic pattern cartridge, although I decided that we don't really have any of the colors that we want from it just yet. And I'm thinking it's probably better to just save that for now. Okay, I think we're safe here. Otherwise the ship's just going to be constantly damaged. But anyway, so let us just explore a little bit. We'll turn the flashlight on. Make sure that you guys can see. And yeah, hopefully we'll find some decent things. Alright. Nothing over there. Yeah. I seem to recall that this is probably something that we have to access using the extendable platform. How do we get back up if we do drop down? That's a decent question. So I might move slightly and see if I can maybe lower the ship on this side, and I wonder if there's perhaps a way in from here. Actually, it doesn't look like it. So gonna have to maybe work our way around. The storm is gone though, so we should be able to move on if we wanted to. But since we started exploring this area already, we may as well continue looking around. I'll just see if I can check out this these couple of rooms here. Whoops. Yeah, it's so hard to judge the distance of things and how big your ship is. Good thing the game isn't too punishing. I might want to lower the ship a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Alright, I guess that was a big drop.
Hydration level is decreasing.
Ah yes, and I seem to recall that we went to one of these places before and it was actually really hard to find anything. So, I don't know if these places are really worth visiting. But you know, I'm hoping for a data pad, if possible. No luck. I guess we can take a little bit of helium fuel, that's fine. Alright. Not much going on. Let's try and remember how to get back. Okay, so that was somewhat disappointing. I wonder if I should even bother with the other side of this place. But you know, I feel like since we're here, we should be checking it out. You never know, there could be like heaps of stuff for us to find in the other side. This is probably the problem of having the radar in its position currently. It's a little bit harder for us to tell what's going on above the ship right in front of us. I'm wishing that there's like some kind of a I don't know, maybe like a piece of furniture that's that acts like some kind of a console where you can place equipment on and you can view your equipment from there. Delivery of automatic extractor prototype. Operating extractors gives everyone a hard time. The sores on hands from hours of squeezing the trigger, the painful back from the concussion when extracting, the headache from the noise, and above all, how much time it all takes. But today, we are supposed to get a prototype of the automatic extractor. We are all very excited. This could be the end of our problems. We are still waiting for the airship with the package. I hope that the coming storm will not hinder the delivery. Alright, cool. I suppose maybe this is where we could have found an automated extractor in the past. I mean, this could be one of the types of platforms where we could find it. It seems like a long drop. Anyway, I wonder if we could maybe get in from this side. Solid state battery. I thought we had one. Alright. I suppose we're gonna have to go back and fetch one. I think once we've explored all of the upper areas here. We'll try and see if we can get a battery from the ship, and we go from there. Ooh. Modern storage rack. Okay. I was hoping for more paint types, to be fair. But that's fine. Look at how much food there is. Ooh, nice. Meteorites. Cool. Not exactly the paint style that I want, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm not picking up a lot of the foods, just because I feel like I want to try and consume some of the food that we've got in the fridge. And we've already got like a couple of rations on us already. Alright, I don't think there's going to be anything like too interesting around there. I think it's probably better if we try to open up the door using a solid state battery. So let's go fetch one. Do we need to maybe put things away? Might not be a bad idea. Which room needed that solid state battery? Was it... Ah, yes, it was down there. Yeah, actually, I could have gotten a battery from there, but I completely forgot to hover and do that. So, we've found a couple of data pads already. I wonder if it is likely that you would find more than 2 in one location. If we know that there are limits, then you could potentially move on pretty quickly if your aim was just to find solid-state batteries. Anyway. So that's a side that we sort of want to get into. I'm just not entirely sure how we would get there. Actually, maybe from here, but then how would you get back up? That's a good question. Ooh. Yeah, so I can see something there. I mean, it does look like one of those automated extractors, but like usually the game doesn't have any of those things scannable anymore once you've actually found the tech, right? So that's a little bit surprising that we can actually see it, unless that's something that I've completely not researched yet or found yet. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But I am keen to just try and make our way towards it. I just don't want to be trapped and find ourselves not being able to return. We could get in from the top and take the ladder down, or... Yeah, I'm confused. I just don't want to be trapped, that's all. Let's maybe maneuver this way, and I'm gonna see if I can just do an extension down this way. Yeah, so that looks good, and then from here we can jump in, and let's check this thing out. Yeah, we've definitely researched that before. Okay. I thought these things would just disappear from existence once you've scanned them, but I think it's more realistic that they do appear. I don't know if that's part of the update and, you know, they've decided to just show them. If it is, then it's a good change. Actually, let's go up and yeah, let's just see if there's anything worthwhile. Seems like a dead end here. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything else. So I think it's probably time for us to move on. There's more stuff in here. Well, by stuff I mean things to open. And admire at the emptiness. Alright, let's make our way back up. Anything up here? Not really.
Hydration level is decreasing.
Okay, let's make this jump again. And I think we're done. So, I'm gonna make our way back to the Undergrove lift, and we'll sort of think about upgrading the ship when we arrive. And we'll add a couple more rooms, and then we'll place down the extractor, or sorry, the, not the extractor, the recycler, and we'll have a play around with that. Where's the closest? I think that one over there. 1.5 kilometers would be the best one, so let's see if we can make it that way. Okay, let's deal with our thirst, and we've got hunger as well. Let's just check on whether or not we need to eat something here. There is something that's going to spoil in 6 minutes. I think it's maybe double that amount because it's in the fridge. I think we should climb a little bit more, trying to get ourselves above the platform. And yeah, we need to just park in a way where it'll be easy for us to upgrade the ship. Well, at least as much as possible. Okay, let's slow things down a little bit, and we'll come around. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good here. Gonna bring the cockpit as close as we can to the ramp. Maybe around there. Alright, very good. So, few things. Maybe we should rearrange the table and where the table is going to be located. Let's come back down, and I think I'll also need to take this and rearrange that.
Flight speed reduced.
And yeah, let's use our airship builder here. I feel like we haven't used the airship builder for a while now. We haven't really been doing a lot of airship building lately. But yeah, let's take that off. And let's take that off, and we'll think about the rooms that we want here. So we could even add more viewing corners here if we wanted to. But I think that might look a little bit weird. Because we do still want the engine to go below. And we probably need some materials for this as well, so why don't we just gather up some metal and whatnot. Let's see if I can drop some helium fuel in here. Crystal fuel, yep. And let's eat one of these. Good. Yeah, and materials. Just got a whole bunch, just in case. Got a little bit of damage there. And there as well. We'll fix that up in a moment. Alright, so let's get that in, and that in, and one thing that I forgot about is glass, actually. So let's try and fetch some glass. We actually don't have a lot of glass on us, do we? I just want to check to see if we've got any glass sitting outside. Doesn't seem like the case. We just fetch one of these. Drop that off. And yeah, I mean, I do want windows here, but I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to do like all sides. Do we need windows on the back? I mean, I sort of like having like the entire lower deck be sort of quote-unquote see-through almost, because you know, this is supposed to be the viewing deck. Let's get the engine back down, just so that we can get it out of the way. And we're gonna need to print some more fuel. So why don't we just do that right now as well. I might hang on to the crystals, because we could potentially print another batch. That way we don't have to think about putting fuel in too much. This engine doesn't look center, does it?
Maximum flight speed reduced. Maximum flight speed increased.
Okay, yeah, that's really bothering me, but you know what? Like, I'll live with it for now. All right, so let's also get some I was going to say ceilings in, but doesn't seem like we need it here. Oh, it's probably because we put flooring down from the top, so it's already there. Alright, so let's do a glass floor here and here. And one thing that I was sort of thinking about is whether or not I wanted like another ladder room to try and go up and inspect the balloons. So apparently we need 4 plastic scraps for that. And let's just check this out to see if we can actually... No connection to the airship. What does that mean exactly? I'm just gonna see what happens if I do something like that. Ah, I see, it's removed it completely. What if I remove that? Okay, so perhaps maybe we can't make our way up to the balloons. So, if that's the case, then that's a shame. Did the metal walls go back in? I guess it did. Alright. Let's put glass floors back down. Yeah, so that removed a lot of the paint jobs as well, which can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you've spent a lot and a lot of resources, a lot of time to try and paint things. We've got a lot of damage everywhere here. I have no idea why. we must have crashed or whatever, but that's fine. We can fix that all up. Actually, we've got some repair patches. Why not? Let's try and fix stuff up. We've got a few more repair patches here. We are running low on the repair patch front though, so probably a good idea to try and find a few more. Okay, cool. See if we can get another window in, and I think things are looking okay. Obviously the paint job needs fixing, but we'll do that when we actually find the paint that we want, so we'll not worry too much. And yeah, the whole reason why we're doing this is to obviously get the extractor in. I was thinking of maybe moving the table and having the sorry, not the extractor, the keep calling it the extractor, guys. The recycler. Let's actually fetch it, and we'll see if we can place it down, and we'll try and make a decision as to whether or not it needs to go up here, or if it makes sense to put it down below. Potentially we can put a casual table down below to decorate that space. Let's grab it. So,
Caution. A storm is coming.
I think we're going to be safe here. So, don't need to worry. Yeah, it definitely needs to be on the ceiling. I don't know, do we feel like this thing is like in the way of the airship? or in the way of the living space in the airship if we placed it down in here somewhere. I don't know, I feel like it needs to be sort of between some of these lights. I don't know if this is the right position, to be honest. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think it could be a good idea to move this and to have it sit next to it. We've definitely got space near the front of the cockpit. We could even place it here on that side, but let's do that instead. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. We can now maybe move this a little bit closer to it. Okay, need a solid state battery for that as well. Nice, and I think we've got a few things that we can potentially drop in there. So I don't think we need the deck extractors anymore. So why don't we just throw these away? And basic pattern cartridge. I wonder if we can chuck that in there as well. But anyway, we'll see how we go. So how quick is this? Alright, yeah, we get stuff back, basically. Okay, it actually takes quite a while to give us some results. So... oh, we can rotate stuff. Oh, nice, okay. That's really cool. Alright, let's use it again. Let's keep going with other stuff. Why didn't that work? 1 deck extractor. 2. Maybe it's a little bit bugged and you can only have 1 thing in your inventory. Or it could be that like these types of items cannot be recycled, maybe. Oh, you can recycle the storage, though. Alright. So, now, in hindsight, since we've been able to pack things very, very tightly, it probably wasn't really a need to make some more space down below. Although, I think it looks right to have more space down here. So we'll see how we go, and if there's even more stuff that we need down here, then, you know, obviously we have the space for it. You know what, I was going to put the table back in its place, but since we've got the space, we might as well just place the table here. And we could make a few more chairs and stuff if we wanted to. It seems a little bit weird with the ladder being there. Maybe we can move it a little bit further down this way. Yeah, and I mean, I don't really have a lot of chairs selections, and I wonder if they might add more chairs in the future, but I don't really like the look of these basic chairs. They look kind of, I don't know, a little bit rudimentary. I mean, it'll do for now down there, but if we're gonna add more chairs, let's say around the table, then I'd like some better chairs. So here's hoping maybe in future updates that might happen. But let's continue with our recycling here. We may as well, since we don't need these things. I'll grab the next one. And actually, we'll try the basic pattern cartridges as well, and see if that gives us anything. So let's drop that. Recycle. Okay, it didn't say that was going to give us anything. I wonder if it just destroys it. Okay, yeah, it just destroys it, literally. Now, why would you need to rotate this? Unless maybe you were really tight for inventory space, maybe you might want to rotate it and just, you know, pick up some of the things that you really, really needed. Okay, let's just drop that back there, and
Recycling complete.
we should load up on our fuel. So let's dump that in there. I could make another 100 fuel, actually, if I really wanted to, and just almost ignore that lower engine completely for a very long time. I wonder if there would potentially be an even better fuel source introduced in the future. Possible, right? It's not out of the question, although, you know, there would be some kind of new material that we would have to be able to find before that would actually happen. Let's drop that in there. I wish we could, like, move our water from the old canned water into the actual bottles and throw away the can. That would be nice. Anyway, wishful thinking at this point. Let's drop that there, and plastics can go back. Polymers.
Printing completed.
Actually, we've got some stuff to pick up here, I think. Oh, did we not recycle anything else? There we go. Would we get anything for food? No. Okay. And I think this is already... Oh, okay, so you would reduce it even further to even more basic materials. Alright. Let's just check on whether or not there's anything else we need to break down. Ah, yes, we've got an additional scanner here, which we don't need. Why don't we drop that in? Alright, cool. Let's just drop stuff in. And I don't know, guys. I think this could be us sort of wrapping up the series for now. I know I said we wanted to maybe go into the Underdust to try and gather up some more materials. We do still have a few more crystals. It's not like super urgent that we find more. But if we do see a future update, then this is where we're going to really start off from. And we would have just upgraded the ship. The paint job's looking shocking, as I said, but that's okay. We can always address the paint job in future episodes when we do see updates. Because, yeah, I'm not entirely sure if you guys would appreciate, you know, just flying around and repeating the same process over and over to try and find the right paint jobs. I think that might take a very long time to do. And I'd rather we keep that as a natural process as we're exploring for other things as well. So, yeah, that's the plan anyway. I'm glad that we got the recycler, and we actually made some good use of the recycler already, considering we had all of those items that we didn't really need. So happy about getting rid of those. Ship's looking nice. Recent upgrade to the lower deck is looking good. Hopefully the next update will introduce a few more things and we might actually need the space. But anyway, this is me signing out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Again, I'll be back when the next update comes out. I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully it's not too long. Alright, well, as usual, leave a like, a dislike, or a comment or two down below. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.